Hey everyone, it is late at night and I am Norman. In middle school, I owned a Turquoise Bay Swatch for a little while. I'm pretty sure that I borrowed it from a friend because I didn't have it very long. I recently found one on eBay and I bought it. It was supposed to be here in October, but it has arrived early. So let's take a look at it. Now, as far as swatches go, the Turquoise Bay is not cheap. They usually go for at least $100, but I've seen them up around $200, even more. This watch is in the higher end there. However, it was listed as brand new, and sure enough, it is new old stock. It was in its original box and it has never been worn. I reached out to the seller to confirm that it was new and actually hadn't been worn, and he was good enough to be honest with me and explain that its original battery had been sitting in it and had leaked all over the inside. He sent me some photos and none of the acid had touched the watch itself. It was all within the battery hatch that screws down to the watch. Furthermore, the next day he took it to a Swatch store and they put a new battery in it, and he sent me a video of it running to confirm that it actually does work. What an amazing seller. I've included a link to his store in the description below. Definitely check him out. At least this purchase was super cool to work with him on. This is such an amazing swatch. So let's flip the camera around and take a good look at it. So here is the Turquoise Bay in its original packaging. You'll notice it does not have the iconic gray strap on it. Let me explain. So sadly, being new old stock, this strap is really old and it's actually kind of decaying. So it's sticky and it's really uncomfortable to wear it. And these straps, these old Swatch straps, have become really difficult to track down. So I'll be looking for a replacement of this exact style that isn't going to cost me $100, so that may take some time. In the meantime, I've put it on a black ribbed strap very similar to this. Alright, so let's get it out of this box. And we have the original paperwork. We even have a sticker. So here it is in all of its translucent glory. And it actually looks really good on this black strap. I'm actually not sad that I had to swap it. Now the buckle isn't quite as fun. I may get a yellow one, but that might look too bumblebee-ish on a black. I don't know, we'll see what happens. But this is a standard gents, so it is 33 millimeters. And look at that crystal. That is so cool. When you see it in person, it's even more impressive. I love tinted crystals. I'm not sure why Swatch hasn't done more of that recently, or done re-releases of old models like this and the Blue Bay. I may have to track down a Blue Bay, by the way. So here is the small Swatch Crown. Let's pop that out. And you'll notice that it does not hack. You can set the time. And pop it back in. Looking at the case, you'll notice that it has a matte finish to it, which is very interesting. I don't think I have too many transparent swatches that have this finish as opposed to a nice smooth finish, but it looks good. And looking at the case back, we see the usual Swatch battery hatch there, which makes it super easy to change out your batteries, and the typical notched lugs there. And these are friction fit pins, so you have to kind of force them in there and use the little swatch tool to push them out. and I use needle nose pliers to pull those out all the way. What's interesting is you'll notice how yellow this case is, but sometimes you'll see them listed and they appear to be more clear. But this looks like an intentional yellow as opposed to a yellowing from age and wear, where transparent plastic will become sort of a yellowish color. But that is a strange anomaly with the Turquoise Bay. Cool colored seconds hand there. And the fact that these hands are loomed makes them really legible, which is not something you could say about every swatch. You can kind of see that there's a little ring around the skeleton dial there. I always like the transparent swatches and the ones where you can see the movement through them. Even though they're quartz, they're super fun. And I personally love the ticking sound that these make. Returning to the strap for just a moment, this one here I believe is a generic strap, not a swatch strap. If you compare it with the original, you'll notice that mine is quite a bit wider by a couple millimeters or so. And it looks a little bit clunky on this watch, so it will be good to track down an actual swatch strap with the rib texture on it. As for the specifications on this watch, the case size is 33 millimeters. The lug to lug is 17 millimeters. The height is 10 millimeters. The production year is 1987. It has a water resistance of 30 meters or 100 feet. And as I mentioned, this particular one has never been worn. Alright, so let's charge these hands up and do a loom shot. So I've charged up the hands. And there they are. There's still some loom to them, but it fades really quickly. It's kind of hard to see. In the camera there. I mean, they fade within a minute. Actually, less than that. They're already almost dead, and it's been about a little over 30 seconds. Yep, there they go. But for a moment, you have loom. Okay, so let me take my palliot off, and I'll show you what this looks like on the wrist. And here it is. The Turquoise Bay on my 7-inch wrist. Look at how cool that crystal looks. Oh, look at that. That is so amazing. And out in the daylight, that turquoise color really comes to life. Nice and thin. I just can't get over these colors. The yellow and the turquoise, just so cool together. So there you have it. I now have a swatch that goes all the way back to my middle school years. It is so amazing to see one of these watches in person after all these years, and it looks even cooler than I remember it. Thanks for watching.